Plaintiff Donald Kinnersley says his stepdaughter is legally married to the defendant, but they're in the process of divorcing. Donald claims he never liked the defendant, and their marriage fell apart after the defendant cheated on his stepdaughter with a family member's wife. He's suing him today for the cost of a utility trailer. Defendant Sean Edmonds says Donald is nothing but a rude, bitter old man who judged Sean on his clothes and the fact that he lost his 2 front teeth in an accident years ago. Sean insists Donald's stepdaughter borrowed the trailer, not him, so he doesn't owe Donald for anything.
All rise. This court is now in session. The Honorable Judge Greg Mathis presiding. You may now be seated.
Prove your case.
This is my soon-to-be ex-son-in-law.
Okay. You broke up the man's marriage?
No.
Well, how do you know it's soon-to-be?
Well, my stepdaughter caught him in an affair with a close family member.
Oh, it's over. It's
Really?
over. Good enough. We'll leave that alone unless he wants to address it. So, what other background you want to give me about this gentleman and or your daughter?
Yes, when she first introduced him to us, I was less than happy. She had just gotten out of a bad relationship with her previous marriage, and when she came in, I wasn't real happy with this one.
This one.
Yeah, I was, well, you know, I don't have anything against people that don't have much, and I'll help anybody that'll help themselves. Mm-hmm. But I wasn't impressed when she first introduced him. He wasn't dressed well. He was missing his 2 front teeth. Her father was so embarrassed he sent him to the dentist and had his teeth replaced. During the history of this, he had some tickets that they were going to put him in jail for. He borrowed money from my stepdaughter's brother, never paid it back. Someone gave him a car, and my stepdaughter's grandmother paid to get it up and running.
Well, let me get a little background from him. Sir?
Yeah, I did have situations in my life where, you know, there was an extended hand that helped me out when I needed it. But I was not above paying people back for what they helped me with.
Okay. Anything else you want to tell me about the relationship with his daughter? And he said that he didn't have a lot of confidence in you. Did you want to address that? Was there other reasons you think? Maybe he made a comment that indicates that it's something else other than having no teeth?
Well,
I mean, he sounds like that's what he tended on.
Well, you know what?
He didn't like your clothing, and he didn't like the fact that you didn't have front teeth. That's all he said.
Okay.
I'm asking him, why didn't you like the young man? Seems like a decent enough guy to me.
Well, if the man's judging me on superficial things such as clothing and the fact that there was an accident years ago where I did lose my 2 front teeth, if you're going to judge me on something that's shallow, then that's the type of person you are. You're a gruff, rude, bitter old man. So be it.
I'm not going to agree with you on that, but I will say that I think people should be judged other than by their 2 front teeth. I do.
All I ask is judge me on the character of my person, and not my image.
What is in your heart? I'm with you on that.
Right. This thing that he's suing me over, this trailer, this happened over a year ago.
Okay, let me allow him to tell me about that. And if you wanted to continue with any background before
Your Honor.
getting...
He did get evicted, and he had a judgment against him. So when he came to me and wanted to borrow the trailer, I was very reluctant about loaning my trailer, but my wife gave me a bad time about it, so I told him he could borrow the trailer.
To live in?
No, it was a utility trailer to help him move.
Gotcha.
And I said I would loan it to you on 2 conditions. Number 1, as soon as you're through with it, return it. And while you have it, lock it up. He did neither. After he moved for 3 days, we were calling as to why he wasn't going to bring the trailer back, and there was some excuse every time.
The night before,
hold on, I'll let you give you a full
The
side.
night before it got stolen, my wife said, I got a bad feeling about this. I'm going to go down there and get it. And I said, no. He borrowed it. He ought to be responsible and bring it back home. That's what I expect out of him. Next day, the trailer was stolen. And I told my wife, I said, I know he's had this eviction. I know he has a judgment against him. I said, let's let this ride till they get the judgment paid.
Okay, you're a good guy.
And then he can pay me.
Okay.
After the judgment. So nothing was said to me all this time. And then a couple of months ago, I found out that they had arbitrarily just stopped paying the judgment. So when I found out they weren't paying on the judgment, they came over and I confronted him and I said, look, I want the payment for my trailer. And he skirted around the issue and he said, well, I'll pay you, but maybe I can find one. Well, I know his character. I told my wife, I said, I don't want him to pull a piece of junk in my yard. And I said, you know, if he finds a trailer and I approve of it, you know, I will accept that.
Let's hear from you, sir.
His stepdaughter, my ex-wife, she's the one that borrowed the trailer. She's also the one that discovered it's stolen out of the yard, and she's the one that filed the police report. You never spoke with him about the trailer? I never asked for it. My ex did.
Did you speak with him about it before taking it?
Before taking it? No. That was my ex-wife made the call to their home and asked to borrow the trailer.
Sir?
Your Honor, I never talked to his wife. He is the one that came over, backed into my yard, and he and I both helped hook that trailer up when he pulled it off. His wife wasn't there.
Now, this is a big lie. Somebody's telling it. Sir, did you go and hook it up?
Yeah, I drove the vehicle that hooked it up. She's
you
the one
went
that
over
called.
to his home.
I've been to his home several times.
No. I'm not talking about several times. I'm talking about the time when you got the trailer. That's what we're talking about.
Right. No, I did have some involvement. Okay. I was just giving you the background on the fact that she was the one that asked to borrow the trailer.
Okay. What happened?
Well, we had the trailer parked at the house. I went to work, came back home.
Was it locked up, like he said? What did you tell him? What were the other conditions? Bring it home immediately, and what else?
As soon as he was through, and to keep it locked. He had a garage, and I told him to keep it locked in the garage.
Sir?
The garage was full of stuff we were moving.
But did he tell you that?
Yeah, he did. And he also knew that there was stuff in the garage that we had just moved into the garage.
I understand, but if he told you to keep it locked up in the garage, which is a preventative measure to keep it from being stolen, you did not take the preventative measure that the owner told you to. The result was he lost his item. You were negligent. Anyone want to speak? Any witnesses? Ma'am, come on up.
I do.
State your name.
I'm Marilyn Kinnersley, and I'm his soon-to-be ex-wife's mother. And the day that it was stolen, I got a call from my daughter, and she says, Mama, did you come and get the trailer? I said, no. And I said, don't tell me you left it in the yard. And she said, yeah. And I said, is Sean there? And I said, Sean, what was the condition? I knew the trailer had the boxes on it, but I figured he'd leave the boxes on it, back the trailer in the garage. That would have been sensible, but no, he put the boxes in the garage and left it in the yard.
You asked him, what were the conditions you were told, and what did he say?
Oh, I did. He hung up on me. He got mad.
Actually, that's not true. I never hung up on anyone. I never hung up on you. Why would I?
You were upset.
He seems like a decent guy. I don't believe this guy slept with a relative.
No, I
don't believe half of this
I did
stuff.
not. That's I don't know where that's coming from.
Yeah, where's that
My
coming
mom's here.
from? Why are you all saying that?
He's admitted it, some of her friends, and the lady involved admitted it to her husband.
You know where it's coming from now?
No, I don't. No.
All right, maybe you need to go and talk to those folks.
I would like for you
I
to
don't
read.
see what that's got to do with
I
the
don't see the
trailer.
relevance between a trailer.
I was defending you.
Right, I know.
Hey, don't blame me. The man mentioned it.
I don't know what
the man mentioned it, and I said, nope, don't believe it.
Right, I don't feel that has anything to do with this trailer that was stolen over a year ago.
I agree.
And it's kind of funny that this lawsuit came just around the time we were getting a divorce. Why not beforehand? You know, it sounds like an easy way out.
Now it sounds like he was being compassionate to his daughter. And if the son-in-law is no longer going to be the son-in-law, there's no reason to have any compassion.
There you go.
I think that's why he took his time. But what else you want me to see?
There's an email. This is a portion of the police report.
All right, sir. I mean, that doesn't
Right.
indicate who borrowed it. You've already admitted that you were giving conditions and you violated the condition. I see another email, however, saying that I will buy him one at the first of the year 2010. Who is she speaking to?
That's from the ex-wife to my mother.
To you.
Right.
All right, but this statement is not connected to him. If this said, Dad, I'm going to pay for it at the first of the year, then yes, the daughter has assumed responsibility for the debt because she has told him that she would pay.
Actually,
but she told Mama.
Actually,
Stand up.
Judge, I'm sorry.
State your name.
And Nancy Edmonds, I'm Sean's mother. Actually, that was an email from Ann to let me know that she had told me about a week ago that she had previously told her stepfather that she was going to buy him a trailer at the beginning of this coming year with her tax money.
All right, watch this. Did your daughter tell you she would take sole responsibility and pay you for the trailer?
No, sir.
I'm going to grant you judgment, $851. He was negligent because he failed to meet the conditions that you instructed him to. You told him to lock it up in the garage, and he did not do it. And as a result, it was stolen because it wasn't in the garage. Judgment for the plaintiff. Have a good day.
I think it would make up the story about the affair because to discredit me and make me look like an irresponsible person.
Don't have to make up anything. It's true.
He has no way of knowing that that's true unless he was in the bedroom with these people. I mean, that's ridiculous. You know, to come in here and even say something about an affair when it's about a trailer is stupid. It's just stupid.
It may be stupid, but
At least you admit it.
I think his mother didn't know about the affair, and I think it just came out, but it is true.
Marilyn, I don't get into my children's affairs at all. If they need me, I'm there, but I don't tell about affairs or wonder about affairs, and I certainly don't bring them into the courtroom.